Well, we are officially at that time of everybody just being a little bit more thankful, a little bit more helpful because it's Christmas, right? Probably the biggest holiday of the year, most people's favorite holiday of the year, including mine. But is December 5th not like waking up for Christmas and finding out that maybe you got some really cool presents, but also you might have a few boxes of coal? Love the holiday season, love Christmas. But dear December 5th, I hate you. You suck, and you're not a good date.
You are Locked On Oklahoma State, your daily podcast on the Oklahoma State Cowboys, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Howdy, y'all, and hello, all. Welcome back to Locked On Oklahoma State, your daily stop for all things cowboy and cowgirl related. You can find me at All Day O State on Twitter, at O State All Day on Facebook. Exact thing, just flipped. My name is Cody Stovall. I'm going to be the host today on this magical mystery ride that we're going to take this week. It's going to be painful at times, as was yesterday's show. The loss of Mason Cobb was our very first casualty of the transfer market. And we were talking about how, because it's been fairly quiet, it probably is a good thing for O State, right? At least that was my thought process. If you don't hear a lot of rattle and rumble when a decent amount of schools already have a considerable amount of dudes in the portal already before bowls, before all of anything kicks off. So the fact that we were waiting, it does show a respect level that these guys have for Oklahoma State University. So I think that should first be what we focus on. You know, the transparency with some of them is amazing. Some of them, it's absolutely preposterous to some degree. So we knew Spencer Sanders was going to be gone. We've covered that. We've done shows on that. We've talked about it multiple times. We love Spencer Sanders. He will always be a top 5 guy in the record books in every category for quite some time. The respect and admiration will never go away. We all hope that wherever Spencer goes, he's very successful, as long as it's not Norman. Speaking of Norman, there's some rumblings going around that, Braylin Pressley, which is Braylin Presley's little brother, very, very quick little jitterbug type of back, very, very phenomenal with his feet, has good technique. But evidently he really wants to play running back, and we kind of misled him a hair from what I'm gathering, which is why he sounded a little almost not spiteful, but just open that he didn't like the way that Oklahoma State coaches ran their coaching staff. So I think that was an unnecessary shot. He got playing time. He had a few drops. And, just like when Ollie Gordon, when you fumble, you're going to have to pay. You're going to have to pay the piper, and you're going to earn your way back, just like Ollie Gordon did there towards the end of the season. Ollie Gordon, please, sir, hear my words. The same reason that we're going to talk about Kendal Daniels today is the same thing I'm going to say to Ollie Gordon. Kendal Daniels came to Stillwater, Oklahoma from Texas A&M because he realized that everything that he wanted to accomplish at Texas A&M, he could do the exact same thing in Stillwater. Zero difference. The only difference is maybe you don't get a Ferrari. And Oklahoma State's always, guys, we're going to have to get better in recruiting. We all know that. But we're always going to be a school that does get some people that are a little undervalued, that are a little overlooked. It is what it is. So we always run the risk of those same exact individuals getting these new bags of cash that are readily available by a handful of schools. Guys, there's only a handful of schools that they can wake up on December 5th and not really care that much. Like, I was on a live Twitter space that had over 100 people. So congrats to my dude, Coley Cole. Go follow him. He does a lot of cool Texas stuff. But anyways, I got in that space, and they're one of those universities that they don't really give 13 hoots who transfers and who doesn't, because they know they're going to have the money to go replace whoever, wherever, at almost any spot. So, yeah, they're not stressing too bad. Miami is not stressing too bad, even though they've got a lot of things to fix. A&M ain't stressing too bad, even though they've got a lot of things to fix. You get my drift. Georgia, Bama, Michigan, Ohio State, Clemson. These are the schools that they don't really care that much unless it's a massive starter, right? If you woke up and last year and Ohio State found out they didn't have C.J. Stroud, different conversation, but that's not what happened. So, yes, there are a handful of schools that they don't really give 13 hoots about December 5th, but then there's the rest of us. Then there's the what other 239, 234, whatever remaining universities. Some of us are set up better than most, like Oklahoma State and a Texas Tech and a TCU and a Baylor. They've put themselves in a position that they're going to be fine from the financial market. Are they going to be able to build up a pile of gold like A&M? No, they're not. But if you're going to play strictly for money, your ability to love the game, it matters in big games. And that, to me, that's my only big issue with transfers is it's the whole concept of, is the grass greener on the other side, right? And that is everywhere in life. You think that in relationships, you think that in jobs, you think that in football. You always are thinking about, did I get disrespected? Should I do this? Should I not do this? Could I do better here? Could I make more money here? Is it all about the money? Is it sometimes about my family? Is it sometimes about travel? Is it sometimes about exposure? It depends on what it's about. And if it's about the right things, so be it. Spencer Sanders hit his ceiling in Stillwater. I don't think it's his fault. Actually, I know I'm 95% sure, not his fault. So, yeah, he's somebody that, you get it. He wants to go somewhere where he can just let it fly for 1 year, and just see what happens. Good for him. He deserved it. He's earned it. He did hit his ceiling because of coaching deficiencies. Now, as far as coaching goes, you're hearing a lot of the fun stuff out there. Hopefully it's true. Hopefully these rumors of Arroyo coming in and bringing a posse with him and Dunn stay in place, be the associate head coach instead of going to be the head coach of North Texas. If all that is true, we're fine. Here's the number. The number is 12 to 15 to me. That's what I've been saying. If we can get 12 to 15 players back, which means we can't lose more than 12, 15 basically as well, then we're going to be doing very, very well. And we absolutely, somebody laughed at me on the Texas space when I said that Oklahoma State University, we expect 10-win seasons every single year. I got laughed at, but it's preposterous to me to think that that's not the case. That is what we should expect because we've been there. We've touched the top of the mountain. How many times now? We've touched it. We've yet to get over it, but we've touched it so many times. It's time. Is it not? Speaking of time and speaking of the holidays that are clearly right here, they're upon us, guys. We all know that other than Thanksgiving, what is the big meal that everybody's chowing down on? It's Christmas. Your Christmas meal has to be on point. And part of your Christmas meal being on point, most likely, is going to be because you have the right ingredients, aka the right meat. Omaha Steaks has been your American original butcher since 1917. It's the holiday gift that's guaranteed to be loved. The steak experts at Omaha put together special curated gift packages to take all the guesswork out of the gift-giving process to make you the holiday hero. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code LOCKEDON to check out the $30 off on your order. You can get to Omaha Steaks. It's ready to ship your order right away, so shop early and beat all the rush. Go to omahasteaks.com, use the promo code LOCKEDON, and check out. That's all you got to do. Again, go to omahasteaks.com, use the promo code LOCKEDON, and you're ready to rock and roll. And that's basically how that works. As the holiday season's coming up upon us, instead of being happy about the gift-giving process right now, we are concerned, we are worried, as we should be to some degree. But as I can feel my phone just ding-ding, 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 ding-ding underneath my leg, it's not all bad. So far, nothing is major other than Cobb. We knew Spencer was gone. Kanion Williams, he's been a decent piece, but he's not going to be over to Kelvin Beeman. He's not going to be over a Remy Guy. He's not going to be over a Cam Smith. He's obviously not going to be anywhere near over a Lyrik Rawls. So I get it, right? Again, some of these transfers make sense. So it's not that big of a deal. The ones that don't make sense are what stress you out, like Mason Cobb. If we have the building blocks of Colin Oliver and Kendal Daniels, we're fine. Again, Lyrik Rawls is a dude, and we'll all find a little bit more out about Lyrik Rawls as he jumps on the show this coming Thursday. I have a big person joining us tomorrow as well. So I'll drop a couple more hints if you already haven't seen. But former OSU player, played back in the very end of the Pat Jones days, coming into a little bit of a transitional period. And had some NFL success as well with the Atlanta Falcons. So he'll be on tomorrow. Have Lyrik on Thursday. But yeah, I get Kanion Williams. I get Spencer Sanders. I kind of get Braylin Pressley. I think that his reasoning behind it is, although somewhat accurate, the way he's going about it seems somewhat not petty, but I don't think he's going about it the right way. But the running back room is stacked. It's loaded for war. So that's obviously one of the big things to pay attention to, which is why today we're going to do just more of a heartfelt type of show. You guys remember the show recently where we basically, right, we got all close, got all intimate, and had a heart-to-heart with our main man, Derek Mason. Okay, so here we are again. We're going to do the same thing. Dear Kendal Daniels, remember that you came back home because you can accomplish everything you wanted to accomplish in Stillwater, Oklahoma, that you thought you were going to accomplish in Aggieland, Texas A&M. And we are so happy that you figured that out. We need you more than I think you could possibly understand, because I know y'all know we are, in fact, right around that corner from being massively successful. Massively, massively successful. Again, we've touched the mountaintop. We haven't got over the daggone thing yet. Players like Kendal Daniels are the ones that are going to make that happen for us. He can be a catalyst for everything moving forward. We love Malcolm Rodriguez, no doubt. Malcolm Rodriguez is that dude. Kendal Daniels can be that dude. Colin Oliver is that dude. Let them go. Let them fly. Let them play. Let's play aggressive. Gundy, hear me. Derek Mason, hear me. I know it's small, right? We're a little show, but we're growing like crazy. So I invite everything, because I think it does nothing but benefit us as a fan base, which does nothing but get the word out there about Oklahoma State, which does nothing but strengthen the marketing. The stronger the brand is, the better the recruiting, the better the play. Will we always take 2 and 3 stars and turn them into 4 or 5 stars? Yes, we will. That'll never stop. That'll always continue. If you're a preferred walk-on that has an offer from Oklahoma State University and you're not making Oklahoma State your number one spot, as far as PWOs go, then you're making a mistake, right? Kendal Daniels is that glue piece. Colin Oliver. These are 2 future NFL dudes all day, every day. Y'all remember a fun little guy named, Emmanuel Ogbah? Look at Emmanuel Ogbah's film and look what Colin Oliver does. Colin Oliver gets better as time goes on. Fourth quarter, he's a different animal. He wears people down with the multitude of moves that he's able to pull off because he has linebacker speed, and he's going to do nothing but continue to get bigger. Kendal Daniels has linebacker size, defensive end almost. If you put on 30 pounds, be it 40 pounds, be a DN. But he's over there roaming the backside. The only downside for Kendal Daniels is he's so good and he's so big, he doesn't have to change his launch angle and tackling a little bit. But he's going to figure all that out. Mason Cobb, big loss. It is. But Justin Wright, hear me, my guy. This is a perfect time to slide into a lot of really good pieces. You could come into Oklahoma State University and bring your buddy with you. Then we have another Trace Ford defensive end type. And then we have another. I would definitely put Justin Wright. Okay, I'll put it this way. Justin Wright probably would have started this year for O State at linebacker. Not over Cobb, But him and Xavier Benson would have been close. Xavier Benson's got all the tools in the world. I just sometimes wonder why he's not 100%, how do I say it? Shipping it and getting it. There we go. Shipping it and getting it. You like that? I changed it up on you. I got to be appropriate on the show because I do want to reach the entire fan base, guys. I'm sure there's some of you that are just like me that were diehards when I was 7, 8, 9 years old. My wall was nothing but I had. So you look behind me, the craziness behind me. This started when I was a kid. When I was 7, 8 years old, my whole wall was nothing but OSU newspaper clippings. I'd cut them out and tape them to my wall, my entire wall, as a little bitty kid. So I remember back then, like, you know, I would have loved to absorb as much O State information as possible, especially if I aspire to go to this level of football. The more information that we all have, the better it is for everybody. That's all we're doing here. And we're going to get live tonight with my main dudes over at Poke Scoop. So everybody on Twitter, again, hit me up and follow me all day O State on Twitter for Cody Stovall. And it's going to be a good one tonight because, again, it's a good usage of resources, guys. We have to do our part and get Oklahoma State out there to every single sea to shining sea house because the uniforms make people kind of tune in. The talent makes people tune in. The winning records, the consistency, the recruiting is why the consistency is the recruiting equivalent of success. Why all that matters, it's because we have to get everybody aware. There's people in Oklahoma that think North Carolina uniforms are awesome. So that's a reason they would like to have North Carolina on their top 5. It happens. But we need to have people in North Carolina close to where Mason Rudolph was to say, yeah, O State's that spot. I heard this about him. I heard this about him. I heard they started, because of the 1825 crops and they became a land-grant school. And they did it because of X, Y, and Z, and they excel in X, Y, and Z. Guys, every single sport on campus darn near is successful. We expect to play for the Big 12 title in baseball. Yeah? Facts. We expect to play for the Big 12 title in football every single year. Yeah? Facts. We expect basketball to make the NCAA tournament every single year. Yes. Fact. Again, softball. We now expect, because they have done it, we expect them to play for a Big 12 title every single year. Soccer, no different. We've had stretches in soccer. Women's soccer were really good. Equestrian. Right? Some people will be like, oh, how funny, how cute. He talks about equestrian. You know what? I do. You want to know why? Because it matters to O State fans. Because we don't just care about football. And for those that are like, okay, it's because you guys suck for so long. Maybe. Or maybe it's because we respect things a little differently. We have a different viewpoint than 90% of fan bases. And that's fine. Embrace that, O State. Love that stuff because there's a lot of recruits that do like that. They like the family atmosphere. They like the I'm going to have your back no matter what mentality. The go to work, grab your lunch bell, go to war mentality. We recruit that way because it carries over to the classroom and it carries over to these young gentlemen leaving Oklahoma State University being men that are productive in society, that are beneficial and helpful in every single capacity, that still say yes, ma'am, that still open doors, that still do things the right way, that still get on a knee to propose. Yes, I sound like an old fogey, Cody. I get it. But it matters. And that's why all of this recruiting stuff, it plays a big hand in it as well. What would be the downside if things went back to exactly how they were? Would it be terrible? I don't think so. It wouldn't be the greatest thing in the world necessarily, but it wouldn't be bad, right? I understand that you have to have growth. I understand that things have to go the right way. But I also understand that if you look back to this season in itself, by itself, how many backup quarterbacks have led their teams to big things? Look at TCU. Guys, we have to have a hand in that. We, Oklahoma State University, what we did last season, even though we tripped and fell on our face when it came to the end, we, I think, helped solidify the Big 12 as legitimate. Think about it. It's always been OU. And OU gets to the big Final Four type stuff, and they just couldn't get it done. So the perception is that's the best the Big 12 has all the time, every year, 24/7, and they still can't get it done. That's been the perception. So last year you saw Oklahoma State and Baylor be very good. When you see our defense ranked in the top 5, top 3, top 1, top 2 in the nation in multiple defensive stats, that proves you're legit. That proves the Big 12 is really good. And TCU losing a phenomenal game, hats off to K-State, because the Big 12 is so salty, so strong from top to bottom. We finally, as a conference, got the respect we deserve, and TCU is going to the dance. And let's be honest, guys, TCU got the best physical possible draw in the top 5, hands down. And we helped do that. Right? We kind of show that it's not just about OU every year. We can be that team. Baylor can be that team. TCU can be that team. K-State can be that team. Iowa State can have flashes of being that team. Texas Tech's on the come up. KU's on the come up. And now we're getting respect for it. And I just say, as an O State fan, remember that a little bit, right? Remember that just enough. And before we jump into the end part of this, here on Locked On Oklahoma State, we believe that home should be where you and your family feel the safest, especially over these holidays. Things are crazy, guys, right? This season, give yourself and your family the gift of peace and protection with the #1 rated home security system, Simply Safe. And right now, Simply Safe is offering Locked On Oklahoma State listeners 40% off of a new security system. Guys, don't put this off, right? I'm going to say that again. Right now, all of y'all, all of us on our show here at Locked On Oklahoma State, we're getting y'all hooked up 40% off new security systems, 40% off. Guys, that's insane. 40% off. That's actually very impressive. So yes, go to simplysafe.com/lockedoncollege today. That is simplysafe.com/lockedoncollege. The top-rated Simply Safe app even, you can stay in complete control of your system, arm, disarm, unlock for all your guests, access all your cameras, or adjust all of your settings anytime, anywhere, any way you like. Again, one more time, 40% off. Go to simplysafe.com/lockedoncollege. Kendal Daniels, you're the guy. You and Colin Oliver can be the crown bearers for what the defense is going to look like next year. I'm telling y'all, have some fun and get prepared for the bowl game. Go watch some of the film of all the times we had the Cam Smiths and the Lyrik Rawls and the Nick Martins in the lineup. The defense will carry things next season. We expected Spencer to be gone. It's okay, guys. It's Zane Flores is way better than anybody's given credit for. He's the Nebraska Player of the Year. He broke every single passing yard record there is in the state of Nebraska, ever. And people are scrambling, thinking because Spencer's gone, we need a transfer quarterback. No, we don't. Give Rangel 10, 12 pounds. Let him improve his 40 a little bit, just like Gunner. Let Zane Flores watch, learn, get acclimated to the system. He will push. Zane Flores will push Gunner Gundy. He will push Garrett Rangel. It's not going to be like we're just playing somebody for the sake of it. Gundy does have a history of sometimes picking the wrong QB to start off with, but it's not a major issue. If we want to get a Drew Brown type, somebody that we know is very reliable to come in as a veteran that has years of experience, okay, but why? We had that in Spencer, right? Garrett Rangel got to learn a boatload from Spencer Sanders already. And Gunnar Gundy knows the offense probably, no, not probably. Garrett Gundy or Gunnar Gundy knows the offense better than Garrett Rangel. So he's going to be an asset for Rangel. He's going to help push him. Zane Flores, talent-wise, is going to push everybody in that room. We're fine. Running back. Braylin Pressley really want to play running back. Sorry, buddy. We just got too many really good potential running backs. Offensive line. Yes, bring it, bring it, bring it, bring it. We need all of it. We need every bit of it. I don't care what kind of NIL packages we need to start putting together for these O-linemen. Does every O-lineman need to get a brand new Ford Raptor? I don't know. I don't care. I don't think that's too much to ask. That's not crazy. We're not giving people $100,000, $500,000. It ain't going to happen. So when you have a Mason Cobb that has the ability to potentially do that, as a parent, it's hard to say, oh, what a bad move. It's hard. But at the same time, the people that stay and that build the foundation, that's how you see runs happen. And when you have NFL caliber players all day, every day, in your sleep, Colin Oliver and Kendal Daniels leading this charge with Lyrik Rawls, with Cam Smith, with Corey Black, with Jabbar Muhammad. I've heard some rumors, but come on, Jabbar. You're playing for so much. If Gundy does what he did this year and he's over conservative and all that fun jazz, then yes, by all means, all of you, hats off, love you, appreciate what you've done in Stillwater, see ya. But we're talking next season. Give next season a shot. See if Gundy will finally open up. See if Gundy will finally just let it all ride. See if Gundy can develop that killer mode, that killer instinct that Sonny Dykes has, that Chris Kleiman has. I'm going to end this game and shut your throat off from any breathing here at the beginning of this fourth quarter. Give Gundy a chance to do that because he did grow in 2020. We got to give him another shot to grow again here. But if he can, this is going to be a wild ride. We have to expect 10-win seasons every year, no matter what happens. So if we have the Kendal Daniels types to be those building blocks and Gundy will lay off a little bit on the over-conservative nature, we are going to make a run at a title as we should have this year. Gundy knows what time it is. If he's got growth left in him, we will see it. And we will see it this season. That is coming up. We'll see glimpses of it in the bowl game. Braylin wanted to come and be a Tyreek Hill type of running back. We're just too deep at running back. So Braylin, no big deal, brother. I don't see BP necessarily wrapped up in any of that because, he's that guy at slot. And even though JPR, John Paul Richardson's coming on very, very nicely, and Langston Anderson is a dude, we're stacked at wide receiver. We're stacked at running back. We're fine at quarterback. We need help on the O-line. We need depth help on the O-line like now. Defensively, again, Cobb hurts, but I think a lot of people are going to rally around this Kendal Daniels Colin Oliver deal. If they're leading the charge, people will follow. It is what it is. I think we're okay, right? Again, my phone just ding 72 times, so who knows what happened while I was doing this show. Who knows? I don't know. I might have to do another. No, actually, we're jumping on with a Poke Scoop tonight. So, again, everybody, 7 p.m., jump on Twitter, the space, get your questions in. We're very, very good about answering questions, I think. And, we've got a lot of things coming, a lot of announcements coming. So tune in tonight because obviously we'll have more of this transfer stuff coming down the pipeline. Be pumped up for the guests that we have tomorrow. I'm excited. I'm very excited. Anytime you get dudes that played in the NFL on your show, like that's a cool deal. I don't care. And if they represent and rock the orange and black, it's a win-win, baby. We're going to keep growing this thing. We're going to keep killing it. It's amazing. I love you all. Once again, until tomorrow, God bless. Go Pokes. Oh, there we go. Go Pokes. And, let's grip it and rip it and get it going tomorrow. Later.